Hi, I'm Ken Smith, factory trainer for the Bosch Home Comfort Group. Today we're going to continue on with a little bit of the product information, and we're going to touch base on some of the commissioning processes. This particular unit here is our 3-ton. It's around a little under 30 by 30 and around 24 inches tall. My 5-ton system is about 8 inches taller than this with the same footprint, putting it at about 32.5 or 33 inches. That is a big benefit when it comes to the installation of this piece of equipment. It makes it real easy to get it in and out of doorways, in and out of elevators, or maybe even up through a roof hatch or something like that. There's not many pieces of equipment out there with that size footprint in a 5-ton configuration. This piece of equipment, as all of our pieces of equipment, is what we call critically charged system. We want to charge this system by liquid line length and diameter. All of our equipment, the 2, 3, and the 5-ton, use a 3/8 liquid line. There's no exception to that. That is a critical component of the installation and operation of this equipment. 3/8 liquid line on all of our equipment, no exceptions. The factory charge that comes in our unit is good for 15 feet of liquid line. And there is calculations that need to be done when you exceed that 15 feet. In your installation manual, your IOM, in the service manual, so on and so forth, you will see that you're going to do a 0.6 of an ounce for every foot over the 15-foot factory charge that comes included in the equipment. Now, that is the preferred method. The preferred method is to weigh in the refrigerant. That gives no room for error. That makes the charge exactly where it needs to be. If there are some circumstances where you feel like you would need to check subcooling and superheat, we have some processes for that also. After powering up the unit and starting the system in the cooling mode from the thermostat or from the controller, at that point, we need you to let the system run for about 20 minutes. And what that's doing is it's letting everything stabilize out and equalize out our TXV, thermostatic expansion valve, our pressure transducer that's maintaining our 46-degree target temperature on our evaporator. Let everything stabilize out. Then at that point, you can start to scroll through the system parameters and get your necessary values to calculate your subcool in the cooling cycle, or superheat as it will, and just confirm that your charge is correct. Once again, the preferred method is to weigh it in by liquid line length and diameter. When you first power up the equipment, you will notice that the 2-digit display is illuminated. When there is no call for cooling or heating, that 2-digit display is going to display the outdoor temperature. That outdoor temperature is determined by our little outdoor sensor that we have down here on the bottom next to where the high voltage comes in, your thermostat wires come in, and so on and so forth. When the system is running, as soon as the system starts, that 2-digit display will change to the hertz of the compressor, the speed of the compressor. That compressor speed will be determined by a lot of different things, by the sensors, by the indoor temperature, by the outdoor temperature, by the set point, by the pressure transducer trying to get itself up to that 46-degree target temperature in the cooling cycle, and that 108-degree target evaporator temperature in the heating cycle. So you'll see that those hertz are kind of moving around a little bit. They'll start climbing when you first start it up, they'll equalize out, and then they might drop down just a little bit and kind of stabilize at that point.
Hey Ken, what are you doing?
Oh, getting ready to crank this thing up, do a little commissioning and start this piece of equipment up.
Well, I brought some tools with me. I got a digital meter and digital gauges and things. Do we need these?
You really do not, Fred, on this piece of equipment. This system comes with the 25 different system parameters built into the board that will give me all the information that the tools in your hand will give us.
But these cost a lot of money.
Well, I'm sorry. You can use them on someone else's equipment, but on ours, I always say a 5-gallon bucket and a 1/4-inch nut driver. You need a bucket to sit on, nut driver to take the door off, and then you just scroll through the parameters and I can get my high side, my low side, my superheat, my line 1, line 2, my amp draw, my compressor voltage to my DC voltage to my compressor, all built within the parameters of the board.
I'm gonna go work on somebody else's unit.
Okay, you do that.
Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more about reliable and energy-efficient Bosch products, visit bosch-homecomfort.us.